Hello, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, Core Faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy at Walden University. And in this segment, I'll be going over something that's very tragic, and this is interesting due to the fact that a couple years back, this was published with the idea that how criminology handles genocide. Ironically, I was actually thinking about this already. I have my criminology, criminal behavior book right over here, and so this actually shows that I was thinking in these terms. So when we're thinking about some of the key definitions, some of the key words that will be used is mass atrocity, genocide, state crime, mass violence, international crimes, and then criminological theory. Criminology is not new to the study of genocide. In fact, individuals with criminal careers in criminology, such as Eleanor Gluck, played a critical and monumental role in creating the International Military Tribunal at Nuremberg. Gluck published War Criminals, Their Persecution and Punishment, which presented a plan for prosecuting crimes committed during World War II. So these are the key words, definitions, and concepts. There's more which you can go over on your own. Here's some more key terms, definitions, and concepts. Genocide is difficult to define. In many places there's nebulous definitions, but a lot of times when you have another concept, you can define one concept a lot better. So this is taking a look at genocide, and there's no formal way to prosecute or no system. And genocide was defined later as acts committed with intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnical, racial, or religious group as such. So this is actually the definition that is used to this day. And of course, mass killings and other mass atrocities are incorporated under genocide. The definition, many researchers argue that restricting the definition of genocide for victim groups is insufficient, and there's the need for inclusion of other groups, such as political groups. Mass killings and mass atrocity involve widespread and systematic killings of civilians. The Political Instability Task Force restrict mass killings to group-specific targeting led by a state, although others relax either or both assumptions. So there's some controversy over how this works and what types of definitions and terms are used from the context of criminology. So when you're thinking about some of these facts now, there's, of course, situating genocide and mass atrocity within existing typologies of crime, and that's at the bottom. I don't want to necessarily go over that. Of course, structural risk factors of genocide and mass atrocity, and that is more of a criminology concern. Turning first to state-level factors, and then Long also assessed criminologists' country-level crime rates, analyzing how regime type, the national economy, and numerous other state-level factors are associated with country-level crime. And in many places, there is a lot of reference or a lot of blaming to do with individuals that may be minority groups. A lot of times civil war takes place, partly because of the opening it may provide in the political opportunity, structure, when a government is successfully overturned. So a lot of individuals take advantage of this, the civil strife that comes about from the war, and so this provides the proper impetus for creating genocide, proper climate. Two criminological theories are particularly well suited to understanding the state-level risk factors. Those two are state fragility. So those two are institutional enemy theory and control balance theory. So these are the two theories. Institutional enemy theory has much in common and the widely used grievance model of a mass atrocity. So let's take a look quickly at enemy theory. And it's difficult to define in one place. But here, enemy theory addresses social and economic crises as well as rapid change as major causes of crime. Building on classic enemy and strain theory, Mesner and Rosenfield identified enemy as a consequence of institutional imbalances that occur when one social institution dominates others by imposing its own values and norms. So several criminologists have loosely connected enemy and genocide. It's especially important to look at these. Then there's social disorganization theory. On a subnational level, criminologists have long argued that more localized places shape crime as well. The most prominent theory that motivates the line of research, known as social disorganization theory, starts with the premise that crime is not randomly dispersed, but rather is concentrated in certain areas, most of its certain specific neighborhoods, specifically neighborhoods that are unable to realize common goals or have collective problems. So a lot of it is state actors combined with local neighborhood level disorganization. A lot of this is trust, social cohesion, social control. So, perpetration of genocide and mass atrocity. Thus far, we have reviewed theories of crime that focus on state-level conditions as well as the community context. However, the vast majority of research on crime, including genocide and mass atrocity, focuses on the individuals who engage in crime. We consequently turn toward these person-focused theories and highlight the criminological theories we believe the most promising. So this then goes into taking a look at theories and patterns that on an individual level can then project into the population level, and vice versa. So people who are involved in genocide and mass atrocity are actually more diverse than we think. In rare instances of violence, those who initiate or facilitate violence and those who implement violence are one and the same, like German General Lothar von Trotha, Herero and Namako people in Southwest Africa, and other genocides such as Rwanda, which is well known, inflicting different forms of violence. And if you look at the different patterns from different types of genocide, you'll see not only killings, but sexualized violence, mass rape, deportation, dispossession, or encouraging or coercing others to yet not committing direct violence oneself. So there's gendered theories, age-graded theories, and different types of theories from criminology that are very much pertinent and relevant in the area of genocide and studying genocide. There's, of course, theories of decision-making and choice, which in a crisis is very much hampered. There's social learning theory, and then techniques of neutralization. So then victimology of genocide and mass atrocities. Theorizing victimhood is especially important. Turning first to theorizing victimhood itself, individuals do not have equal chances of claiming victimhood or being accorded victim status by peers, government researchers, journalists, justice systems, and others who wield the power to label them as victims. So there's labeling of victimhood, theorizing what victimhood is. And this is going into a little bit more about extending that theory based on examples of genocide and mass atrocities. So we conclude then that criminology's voice heard in the context of studies of genocide and mass atrocity must be sought even more, as well as to mainstream these studies in criminological research. Currently, as I was noticing in the literature, there's not too much reference to criminology, and this is why I was looking in the book to see if there was any mention of genocide, even within the index, and there was no mention of this. So there needs to be a lot more crosstalk between the two disciplines if we want to make any headway in understanding and studying genocide. Thank you for listening.